What's up YouTube, To CFX here back with another video. And in this video we're going to do a trade update on last week, or well, not last week, but this week's weekly markup. So right after the Zoom session, I felt like I had kind of rushed through my setups a little bit. I feel like I didn't go in depth enough and look at every possible scenario that these trades could play out on. So after the session, I ended up looking deeper into it and stuff like that, and I actually ended up changing a couple of trades, or add a scenario to a couple of trades. So first, starting off with Euro USD, and I'm showing you guys the chat so you guys can see like it's not capped. I sent these trade setups before everything actually took place, and I'm gonna get into how everything played out, but I'm gonna also explain why I ended up changing some of my setups. So starting with Euro USD, this is the first one that we went over, and we ended up looking for the buy on this one. Going down, oh, this is the DXY. So if you guys do not know, the DXY represents basically the dollar, the US dollar currency. So you could basically look at it just like how you look at the regular charts. You know, we have a trend line here, and then we was looking for the retest after the break of the trend line and waiting for the US dollar to bounce off and fall down. So you will see how that correlates with the news later on, and how you're able to, I cannot talk, how you're able to use the DXY to basically kind of dictate how news is going to go. Now, does it work every single time? No, but you guys will see later on. So here's the next morning. We was talking about how everything played out and stuff like that. And then this is my new setup for GBP USD. Boom. New setup. And then we added an additional setup for USD CAD here. So this is the DXY. Ended up playing out exactly like how we said it would. Came back up, retested the trend line, dropped, which caused the US dollar to drop. And here I was looking at USD JPY. I saw that this trend was forming, so I wanted to trade off the break, and I wanted this to come down here, come sell down, or break the trend, sell down, come back up and retest. So I'm just showing you guys like the updates and stuff like that of my trades and how I wanted them to play out, how I read them, and show you guys basically proof that these trades were sent out before they played out the way that they did. So this is me just talking about the news. So now let's get into the charts and look at every single trade that we ended up changing and look at how they actually played out. All right, so now on to the charts, like I said, and this was crazy, like how everything just played out the way it did. So I showed you guys the updates to my charts. So you guys saw that I marked these up before the move took place. So now getting into Euro USD, you guys see here that from this point, it respected this support, or this resistance that has now become a support, and it came all the way up to the trend line, rejected, especially, or exactly like how I thought it would, and came back down. Now it's kind of consolidating right now, and it's ranging a little bit. So I'm looking for this to break out and hopefully buy back up off of this demand, this very small demand zone, because going down to the smaller time frame, you guys can kind of see it on the hour, but let's go down to the 15-minute. So looking at the 15-minute, this is obviously a respected area. So I'm looking for a big breakthrough or an impulsive move, because we got the first impulsive move. Here goes the correction, and then boom, is going back up. So I'm just looking for something to trigger this trade again. to continue back on a buy. I do feel like this is going to buy up more, but we will see. That's just how I feel. Will it do that? Who knows? Because the market does what it want to do at the end of the day. And it's our job to react to it, which is why I changed up a lot of trades. So that was Euro USD. Now let's get into GBP USD. So GBP USD did what I wanted it to as well. We had this downtrend right here. We got the break, boom, it bought up. Now I wanted this to buy up higher, to be honest, but there is a level right here because let me show you. So place my horizontal line. So it had this support, broke through, came back and retested, sold down some more. Then we see right here, it was respecting this area again for 1, 2, 3. So 3 touches, it was respecting this area again, then it sold down, and then respected it again. So it it bounced off a respected area and sold all the way down. You guys see this very long candlestick. You guys will see this in about every single USD pair. There's a long candlestick like this. I'm gonna tell you guys why later on. It's mainly because what Chairman Powell said in his meeting, but this was what caused that reaction. So came all the way down here. We caught this buy again because I missed the first initial buy. I missed this one right here, honestly. And then I saw, okay, it broke. So triggered this alert right here. It was up a little bit higher, but it triggered this alert. Boom. That's when we entered right here. Because if you guys know, this is just, it's knocking out previous buyers. Like it's building up liquidity to continue back on. So we got that move. I bought in, caught up here. I closed out around this area because I saw that it came down. And then these candlesticks right here, wasn't as powerful. So I closed out in this area. And then you guys see it went up just a little bit. But right now it's kind of consolidating, just like Euro USD. A lot of stuff is actually in consolidation right now. So we will see. Again, I'm just waiting for the market to tell me what direction it wants to go in, and we will get in based on that opportunity right there. So now USD JPY, another great setup. Like this played out exactly to plan, man. This was actually one of my favorite trades this week, to be honest, because caught the sale, then the buyback up, and then the sale again. So this was a great opportunity right here. But I wanted to break out of this trend right here because it was kind of on an uptrend. So I wanted to break out of that, and then that's exactly what we got. We got exactly that, and then it came right here to this demand zone. Now, the major structure is this trend line right here. That's the major structure. So that's what you guys see USD JPY bounced off of. Like, you guys cannot trade major structure until you learn how to trade minor structure. So that was the major structure. And it bounced off of that, which is what I was expecting. That's why I only drew my arrow down to here. And I knew it was going to reject off of this because, like I said, that's the major structure. So it did exactly that, bought back up, came right up, retested the trend, and then it sold down a little bit, then came back up, but it sold all the way back down to here. So now what I'm waiting for, I'm really trying to see if it's going to break this major structure, because if it does, that will be a confirmation that this market is going to sell down. So that's really what I'm waiting on, to be honest. Just looking for a break of this structure, a breaking close rather. And once we get that, that would trigger this trade for the sale. So we're going to see what we get out of that. USD CAD. Now this trade did what I wanted it to, but it played out to the first scenario. So still perfectly fine. It played out exactly to the first scenario. So what I was looking for, I was either looking for a break because it was right here at the moment. So I was looking for a break. It looked like it was going to break, but it actually ended up kind of going sideways a little bit, then bought all the way up here. So you guys know there's always going to be a pullback. So it bounced off of our EMA, And once we saw the rejection after EMA, when we bought back up, and then it actually retested right at the reversal point and sold down. So I got in on the sell because that's what I felt more confident in, according to the news that came out that day. And at that time, I just felt more confident in the sell. So it came up to the reversal point and then boom, so all the way back down to the support level. Now it's rejecting off the support level and bouncing back up. And I am looking for an opportunity to hop back in on this sell. So let's look to our left. Let's see. It's just a range that it consolidated in before. And not much consolidation in this area, but we could be looking at a double top right now. So 1, 2, could be looking at the double top, which I feel like that's what's going to happen. And that's what we're getting right here is a double top, but there's no way to know for sure. We will see. And once we get that confirmation, then we will enter that trade. But that's what we are waiting on at this current point in time. That was my setup for USD CAD though. So what we are waiting on now is for some more news to come out and give us the direction that these trades want to go in. This is the DXY, which I already showed you guys in the Telegram chats that it played out exactly how we wanted it to. And the news, well, the market kind of hinted at the news or the outcome of the news. It foreshadowed it before the news actually even came out. The market was already in uncertainty. So that's why I ended up changing up my analysis. The US dollar, it was very uncertain about the US dollar economy or about the US economy. And reason why is because of the new variant that has come out and also inflation. So those two things caused uncertainty in the market. And I knew that was probably going to cause the US dollar to go down a little bit. Now, how much, I did not know for sure. I couldn't tell you, but I knew that it was going to affect the US dollar. So with that confirmation of the trend or of the break and then the retest, or it's coming up to the retest, I knew that was going to give us some possibilities to take advantage of some trades. And that's exactly what happened. So that's why I ended up changing up most of my analysis on my trades. GBP JPY, it did not come all the way back up like I wanted it to, but it is selling off. I'm looking for it to come down to this demand zone because this is a major level of structure here. I'm looking for it to reject and buy off. So we will see. You guys see that like this stretches all the way back to here. This is a monthly level all the way on March. So with that being said, it's probably going to consolidate a little bit within like the next day or so. So we will see how this day ends, and we could potentially get a buy opportunity here because it looks like it's going to consolidate all day, to be told. Like, we will see how today ends, and that will give us our indication on the market for the next upcoming week, because today is Wednesday, so we only got 2 more days to really trade. So still got some news to come out, and we will see how the market reacts for this pair. Euro NZD went exactly as planned as well. Now, this trade is still going on, but I am looking for the sell opportunity here. I'm looking for the sell opportunity to set a major level of structure as well. So you got the downtrend right here, and you got 2 trends kind of going on. So the primary trend is the downtrend. The secondary trend is this trend right here. It's coming up to a level of structure here. You guys see this right here. So I'm looking for it to basically drop out of this zone. We already got a little bit of confirmation. This was the first or the initial trade. So we saw that it dropped out of here the first time. Now it's retracing back up. And now we're looking for it to create a point A to point B for the downtrend, which it looks like it is right now. So hopefully we get this point A, and this is point B. We got a little bit of divergence as well going on here. because this is a little bit, or it's trying to go higher than this. So we will see how that goes on, but also here's a shoulder pattern is what I'm looking at right now. So shoulder, head, and then I'm looking for this to be the other shoulder, and then sell down. So with all of that going, I am looking for this to be a major sale, hopefully. So we will see, you know, how that turns out. If it turns out how we want it to, great. You know, it will be fantastic. But that's what I'm looking for right now in the market. And gold was the final one. So gold did what we wanted it to as well. It broke. Then we got the retest and it dropped down a little bit. But the main thing was to buy earlier on this week. So, like I said, you guys noticed the pattern. Like we got this big sell-off with the US dollar gaining some strength after what Chairman Powell spoke about. But here is where we got in for the buy. So we caught this buy all the way up here. I actually wanted it to come all the way up to this level right here, but it came up just a little bit short, which is another level. So it came up just a little bit short of where I wanted it to come up to, but it did end up hitting TP1 and TP2, going up a total of, let me see, by my first entry. Show you guys what my first entry was. So my first entry was at 1784. So 1784, I popped the entry right here, 1784.47 and 1787.23. So those are my two entries that I popped and able to catch this all the way up here. Then the news or Chairman Powell said what he said, caused it to drop all the way down here. So we were able to go up to 800, 1800. So that was a total of about 20 points, nearly 15 to 20 points. So yeah, they actually ended up hitting all three TPs. Cop 2 though, hit 2 TPs. And then that's when the drop happened. So now we're kind of consolidating a little bit, kind of ranging. I wanted to come down here though to trigger the buy because that's a major level of structure right down here. And that's really where I wanted to come to. So if it comes down to here or even here, that'll be great. We will see what hold on, let me see something. Yeah, we got major divergence going on here. So yeah, we will see. I'm just looking for, I can expand this on a little bit. So let's expand this down to the bottom of this wick, and let's drop this down to here. So this is the zone that I'm focused on right now. And I'm just looking for 2 or 3 consecutive buying candlesticks or engulfing candlesticks out of this zone that would trigger that trade for me to let me know buyers are ready now or ready to take over this market. So we could hopefully trade it up to zone, maybe up to here. It may finally reach this level. If it has enough momentum, we would trade it up to this level or this previous high right here. So we will just see though. That's my target. Now let's get into the news. Actually, let me go to here. So this was the initial move or the initial news that came out right before Chairman Powell spoke that caused the market to do what it did. And you guys see here that the result did not come out as expected. It actually came out worse than expected for the US dollar for these right here. So, all right, so here you guys can see this is the news that actually came out. This was the previous results. And then you guys see what they predicted. So came out a little bit lower than what they expected for most of these, which caused the US dollar to go down. And the other pairs was able to, or the other currencies were able to take advantage of that. So we still got a lot of stuff to go on, or that's going to go on later on this week. And we're just going to wait for that news to come out because there's still a lot of major news that's going to release. Like I said, this is going to be a very eventful week. So just have to pay attention to our fundamentals, stay intact. But let me show you guys what happened when, or what Chairman Powell spoke about that caused the market to do what it did. So if you guys go on investing.com, you guys will see this article right here. This is what came out yesterday. And this is the article right here. You guys can go over this if you want to. There's also a couple more that came out that caused the US dollar to rise just a little bit. But you guys see the US dollar index turned 4% or 0.04% higher. So this is what affected the US dollar just a little bit, just enough time to cause it to drop and go up for some pairs. And that's what changed it. But there's still a lot of uncertainty due to the new variant that is out. And also, I don't think they've answered the inflation problem yet, or came up with like a solid solution to make people certain about the market. So we're still dealing with that with the US economy, but that's how you can basically use the market to give you an indication of how news may go. And then the news will just confirm it. Like, it'll just confirm the direction. Like I said, use the news to give you direction. And then you will use your technicals to give you an entry. So I just wanted to give you guys an update on my trade setups and show you guys the outcome of them. We're still not done with this week, though. I'm still waiting for a couple of opportunities to come about. And once they do, we'll trigger those trades. But hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if so, please do like, comment, and subscribe if this helping you. And if you guys want me to elaborate on anything or go over anything that could possibly help you guys, I'll be glad to do that as well. But as of this video, that will be the end of it. I hope you guys have a nice day.